What is up, everybody? My name is Logan Strom. Welcome to CTF Strom Talks Football. Today I wanted to do something Christmas related and something fun. So today I'm going to be giving you what I would give every NFL team for Christmas. This video is supposed to be fun, and if you easily take offense to jokes about your team, this might not be the video for you. But if you plan to stick around to hear all the funny stuff I've got, then try to have a good time with it. It's just supposed to be fun, and it's Christmas time, so keep your Christmas spirit alive. So let's not waste too much time. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos whenever I post. Well, out of the way, let's get started. Alright, so how we're going to do this is every single NFL team will have a present next to them, and I will announce who I would give every NFL team for Christmas, and I would basically explain why I get them that. So the first team we've got is the Cardinals, and I would give the Cardinals, well, Kyler Murray specifically, a free pass of Call of Duty for the rest of his life. So basically, he'd be able to play Call of Duty for the rest of his life, and he would basically get all the new Call of Duties and past Call of Duties for free. He would never get charged money for it. And I mean everything, the games, all the Mac packs and all that stuff. This would give Kyler Murray or the Cardinals whole team something to do since their team is eliminated, and we already know how good Kyler Murray is at Call of Duty. He'll appreciate it. Next we got the Falcons, and I would give the Falcons some kind of elite defensive coordinator, somebody like Brian Flores, because how in the hell is that defense not working? Bro, they got players like Matt Judon, they got Jesse Bates, they got Justin Simmons, they got AJ Terrell. How is this defense, not making noise? They have so much talent. Am I missed something here? I feel if they had an elite defensive coordinator like Brian Flores, I feel this defense would thrive. So that's the reason why I'm getting I would get the Falcons an elite defensive coordinator, because holy crap, their defense is frustrating to watch. Next, we've got the Ravens, and I would gift them a joke book so they can have somewhat of a sense of humor. I swear, every single time I go on social media, or if I go, especially on Twitter, again, I make a joke, for example, Zay Flowers has more drops than the roller coaster, and then you'll just have a whole bunch of Ravens fans just attacking you in the comments, basically calling you a clown, basically telling you, to delete it, how you're stupid, all this stuff. And most of them are just jackasses, so I feel a joke book would, let them, read it, to find some funny, humor in there, so where they can have at least somewhat of a sense of humor. Up next, we've got the Bills, and I am gifting them snowball makers. This is just something cool, you know how, how much it snows in Buffalo? They can use these to, make perfectly round snowballs and just have snowball fights. It's actually really fun. And also, they can use it for, football drills, too. You could, drill, the offensive lineman, in the chest with these bad boys, and it could teach them how to handle the cold even better. So yeah, just something fun or something pretty cool. Up next, we've got the Panthers, and I would gift them some kind of elite wide receiver, someone like Tyreek Hill, and almost Tyreek Hill specifically, because I know he's going to be a free agent next season, and I know he's not going to want to play for Miami. I feel so if the Panthers just have somebody elite like Tyreek Hill, they can't just rely on old Adam Thielen. He's still decent, but, come on, man. If they had somebody, in the level of Tyreek Hill, I feel their offense would be so much better. We've been seeing how much Bryce Young's been improving. We've been seeing how good Chuba Hubbard's been this season. If they had some kind of good wide receiver like Tyreek, I feel that offense would be even better. Up next, we've got the Bears, and I would gift them some kind of, somewhat of a good head coach, like Mike Vrabel. Dude, I've never seen the Bears have a good head coach since the 80s, it feels like. Every single time I see this team, or, especially, when they have tons of talent, they do this year. On paper, they had tons of talent. They were projected to make the playoffs. And they always have some idiot head coach that F's it up every single year. Matt Eberflus, he was a moron. So if they had some, good head coach like Mike Vrabel, I feel Mike Vrabel would be such a good fit on the Bears because he's hard-headed, something that the Bears need. And I feel he would thrive on the Bears. That team would actually be really good. And he's made it work with quarterbacks, too. Ryan Tannehill before 2023, he was a good quarterback under Mike Vrabel. I feel it would work. So yeah, just so we could stop being so frustrated over this team, I feel like if they had a good head coach, like they would be somewhat decent. Up next, we've got the Bengals, and I would gift them an elite running back in the draft, like Sean Genty. Well, mostly this would be like a free pass to get a Sean Genty, like no matter what. Dude, I was just thinking about this, thinking about like all the players that's going to be in the draft this upcoming year, and dude, a Sean Genty on the Bengals would be elite. Like a Sean Genty should be good in the NFL, right? Like if he was a bust, it would be like Jamarcus Russell's like Jamarcus Russell levels of like crazy. Dude, him on the Bengals where Joe like they already have a great passing game with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, like their run game would be unstoppable as well. Well, they'll have to fix their offensive line, but still. Honestly, like I feel like the best fit for him will probably be Dallas, but I would hate to see him go there. If he went to the Bengals, man, he would thrive. He would be so good. Up next, we've got the Browns, and I would gift them some kind of designer packet so they can design a new logo because their logo still is shit. Like, I know this is the oldest joke in the book with them, but come on, dude. A helmet as a logo, like, that cannot be any more boring. So I feel like with some kind of designer kit, it would probably, like, come up with some creativity to, like, draw a new logo for the Browns. Something better is, like, anything could be better than a helmet, dude. Like, come on, man. Be more creative. Which is exactly what this designer packet would help you do. It would help you become more creative. Like, draw a new logo. Like, please. Up next, we've got the Cowboys. This one is Jerry Jones specifically. I would gift him, like, the money to basically so where he can get LASIK eye surgery so he can have 20/20 vision so he can see how shit the Cowboys are. I know they won last night, but still, bro. Like, every single time this team gets smothered at home, like, every single time this team gets embarrassed, every single season when they are in the playoffs, he doesn't do shit about it. Especially in the offseason, bro. Like, when you expect something crazy out of them in the offseason to get, like, one, like, game-changing player, like, on defense or on offense, he doesn't do it. Or the last couple times they've had a draft pick, they either pick, like a position they don't need, or if whenever they do pick a position they need, it ends up being a fraud. Other than Michael Parsons, but that was just random. So I feel like if Jerry Jones got LASIK eye surgery, like he would actually do something worth a damn for the Cowboys. Don't call me crazy in the comments, but like this is just the truth. Jerry Jones' legacy wouldn't be shit if it wasn't for the 90s. Up next, we've got the Broncos, and I got them a skip card. Well, an Uno skip card to be exact. Why a skip card? Well, so they can skip the wild card round so they can make it straight to the divisionals. Because they're a good team, but no matter what, like whatever team they face in the playoffs, maybe that other than the Texans maybe, but they're not getting past the Ravens or Steelers. But no matter what team they face, they will not win, bro. Like you can't expect them to beat the Bills. You can't expect them to beat the Steelers or the Ravens. Like they're not getting past anybody in the wild card round. So this Uno skip card will give them the ability to skip all the way to the divisional round. Only the divisional round though, not like even farther than that. I hope this is something that you'll like, Denver. I hope you appreciate this one. Up next, we've got the Lions, and I would gift them like a book or like some kind of documentary basically showing how this team used to be until 2023. This could be something both positive and negative. Positive saying like showing how much this team has changed since then, but also it could be negative because like I swear, man, fans have forgotten where they came from. Like, it's great that the Lions are good. Like, I'm happy the Lions are a good team. Like, it's great to see that. I hope they make the bowl too. But at the same time, like, Lions fans have become so arrogant, so ignorant, so cocky, and so delusional ever since they were great in 2023 and this year. So I feel like this would help them, like, realize where they used to be, like, and where they came from to where they can humble out a little bit. But they can also use this as a positive where, like, they can see, like, where they used to come from and how much they've grown since. So it's kind of a 50-50 thing. Up next, we've got the Packers, and I would gift them, well, Jordan Love specifically, like, museum tickets. Like, specifically, like, a Packers museum. And basically, you get, like, the Mufasa talk from, like, The Lion King where basically where he could see all the great quarterbacks from the past have like set their time, and now it's his time to shine. I know that sounds corny, but it would just be a cool experience to where he can see like all like the great quarterbacks that came before him, and then if he keeps up what he's doing, he will become one of them. I don't know. I mostly kind of ran out of ideas with this one. I just thought this was kind of cool. Up next, we've got the Texans, and I would gift them a time machine so they can grab C.J. Stroud from last year so where they can use him. Because what the hell is wrong with C.J. Stroud this year? Like, why is he so shit? Like, this is the season he's supposed to thrive the most. Like, this is the season where he should have used all his attributes from last season and just grow them even stronger. Like especially in fantasy, like, he was an absolute bust in fantasy. I know that's besides the point, but, like, still, man, like, CJ Stroud has been nothing more but disappointing this season. So I feel like with a time machine, the Texans would be able to get CJ Stroud from the past to where they can start winning, like, games that actually matter. Like, they can actually be a threat in the playoffs. Because I guarantee, like, when they're in the playoffs, they're not getting past the wild card, like, at all. Like, they're going to get bounced. Up next, we've got the Colts, and I would gift them somewhat of a good quarterback, like Justin Herbert, like somewhere in that level. Because ever since Andrew Luck retired, like, they haven't been able to find a quarterback that's, like decent. I'll go over the list of quarterbacks they've had ever since Andrew Luck's retired. Jacoby Brissett, Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, Nick Foles, Sam Ellinger, and Anthony Richardson, Joe Flacco. Like, does that sound like a good, like, have you, like, heard a good quarterback's name in there? Like, and if you do, that's somebody that's somebody that's washed up and old. Like, Anthony Richardson has not been a good quarterback. He was a huge reach in the draft, and it shows. Like, he's not ready yet. So I feel like for at least 3 or 4 seasons, they can have somewhat of a good quarterback like Justin Herbert, who's reliable, who has a good arm, and he's smart with the ball. So the Colts can actually do something. Like, it's so frustrating to see this team not have a quarterback. So I feel like this will give them the opportunity to have one for once. Up next, we've got the Jaguars, and I would gift them, like, somewhat of an identity because I'm sorry if this is a little bit offensive, but, like, they don't have one. Like, they don't have any kind of identity. Like, whenever you list, like, all the NFL teams, like, to head, like, when you don't watch football, like, the Jaguars are, like, almost never named unless they live in Florida. Because, like, nobody knows them. Like, they've never had an identity. Like, they've never been remembered. So I feel like this would give them the opportunity where they can have somewhat of an identity to where people will remember them. You're welcome. Next, we've got the Chiefs, and I gifted them... That's weird. I don't see anything. What's going on? Oh, wait, I remember, because I didn't give them anything. Fuck you, Kansas City. Next, we've got the Raiders, and this one might be kind of lame, but I would gift them, like, mostly their fans, like, money, so they can, like, do something fun during this offseason. Like, we already know how bad, like, the Raiders have been this season. Like, I mean, they won yesterday, but still, like, they have been, like, a very embarrassing team. So I feel like until at least March, like, gifting, like, the team and fans, like, a bunch of money, like, it would give them the ability to, like, do some fun activities, do something they love, like, spend time with family and do something fun. Like, anything to get their minds off of football for at least, like, a few months. Not saying that's an insult at all. Like, it would gift them, like, some, like, money to, like, do whatever they want, like, anything they desire. It's been a rough season in Vegas, but, like, take this time to enjoy yourselves. Up next, we've got the Chargers, and I would gift them amusement park tickets. You know, this could be something fun the whole team can do, like, go to, like, Disneyland or Universal or Six Flags, like, any kind of amusement park to where they can spend the whole day or weekend doing something fun together as a team. Like, this team deserves it, man. Like, they finally have a good head coach. They're finally a good team. And they're finally making it work. Like, they deserve to have some fun. And they're in LA, so they have tons of opportunities. Like, they have Disneyland. They have Universal. They have Six Flags. Like, they have all these great amusement parks. Like, take the time, go to whatever amusement park you want, and, like, spend the time as a team to, like something fun. Like, you deserve it. Up next, we've got the Rams, and I would gift them a clone machine because Why is it that every single time I watch this team, like, they have way more away fans than their home fans? Like, it's so weird. Like, grab a whole bunch of Rams fans that do exist, put them in this clone machine, create a bunch of clones of themselves to where it can actually fill up their stadium with mostly Rams fans. Because, like, even in the Super Bowl, when they were in the Super Bowl a couple years ago, like, there were way more Bengals fans in that game than Rams fans. Like, it was so weird. And that's how it's been. Like, there's way more away fans than, like, Rams fans at every single game. Huge example of this, look at the Niners. Like, I know, like, they're really close to the Rams, but every single time the Niners played the Rams at LA, like, it is filled to the brim with Niners fans. Like, it's actually crazy. So I feel like it would give them the opportunity to, like, get some clones of Rams fans to where it can fill up their stadium. It would help with, like, TV purposes. It would help with fan base strengths, and it would help them get more money because more people would buy food and beverages. So Merry Christmas, LA. Have a good one. Up next, we've got the Dolphins, and I would gift them, well, Tua specifically, a steel helmet. Tua should have to wear this walking around everywhere so where he doesn't bump his head to anything to where he doesn't get more concussions. Because holy crap, if he gets one more concussion, I feel like he might not play for the rest of his career. And it's so scary to watch him run the ball because he always leans with his head. Like, what are you doing? So I feel like even if you have to wear this during football games, like, I don't care. If you wear this, like, anywhere, like, where you go, you will be your head will be protected. Like, it's the benefit of your safety. Up next, we got the Vikings, and I would gift them, like, any, like, gaming console you can name, like PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, like, any of those games. They've done extremely well this season. Like, they deserve to have fun as a team. They deserve to, like, compete in, like, their favorite video games, like Madden or, like, Fortnite or any of these, like, big games and, like, do something fun because they've done super well this season. They deserve to have some time off to game with each other and have a lot of fun. Up next, we've got the Patriots, and I would gift them, like, the machine that makes the NFL jerseys and, like, the material that makes NFL jerseys because, oh my God, how many times do I have to say this? But I absolutely hate the Patriots jerseys. Like, the ones they're wearing right now, like, I really like the ones from the 2010s. Like, I kind of wish they bring them back, but it makes sense they haven't. But the ones they're wearing now are so atrocious. They're so boring. Like, the stripes on the sides are so ugly. Like, they look horrible. So I feel like this would give them the opportunity, like, to come up with something new, make, like, a whole new design for the Patriots because they need new jerseys, man. Like, the ones they're wearing right now are awful. Up next, we got the Saints, and I would gift them, like, some kind of, like, For Dummies book or Complete Idiot's Guide, but it would be, like, the Complete Idiot's Guide to rebuilding an NFL franchise. Because why haven't we done it yet? Like, we should have been doing this since 2021. Like, we've been sticking with this whole, like, old unit. Like, we haven't found success, like, at all. Like, our team's getting worse, man. Like, we need to rebuild. Like, as much as it sucks to say, we need to rebuild. And yes, it must suck. It might suck that we might have to get rid of players like Tyrann Mathieu or Demario Davis or, hell, even Alvin Kamara. We just have to do it for the benefit of our team, just so we can get some new young talent for this team to where we could possibly be good again. I mean, it's kind of an insult just because, like, it's just the first thing that came to my mind. But, like, seriously, like, this team needs to rebuild and fast. Up next, we've got the Giants, and I would gift them glass jars so where it can hold all of their tears when they cry. Because I swear to God, Giants fans cry about everything. They cry when Daniel Jones, like, throws one bad throw. Like, they cry when he, like, has the horrible stats. Like, they cry when he leaves the team, even though he sucked. They were crying extremely hard when Saquon went to the Eagles. Like, dude, give it a freaking chill, bro. Like, I know it sucks, but when you cry about it for, like, 2 weeks straight, like, shut up. So, obviously, I can't get them to shut up because it's not that easy to do. So, I feel like glass jars would help them, like, carry their tears around. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's so annoying. Up next, we got the Jets, and I would gift them a scientist because I really need a scientific reason of why this team is never a good team. Like, I know there's obvious problems every year, But I just need a good reason, like how this team never works out, no matter how good their roster looks. Like, this team is cursed. Like, no matter how much talent they get, they're just always a bad team. Like, they're always a joke. Like, like you would think, like, a team with Aaron Rodgers, who I know he hasn't been his best self, but still. Like, you would think a team with Aaron Rodgers, with Breece Hall, with Garrett Wilson, with Devontae Adams, with Sauce Gardner, with Will McDonald, with Quincy Williams. Like, you would think a team with that kind of talent would do something, not be 4-10 or 4-11, whatever. But still, like, it's embarrassing. Like, how is this team so bad? So that's why I would get them a scientist, so they can get a scientific answer of why this team sucks every year. Up next, we got the Eagles, and I would give them an activities chart because, like, fans on social media literally need to do anything else other than be on social media. I swear, like, Eagles fans, like, make the most cringy posts with bragging about how great their team is, or they're the best team in football, or they brag about how, like, they're going to go to the Super Bowl, or whenever they lose, they complain about and give, like, every single excuse like they have in the book, like, we lost because of the refs, or we lost because the other team got lucky. Like, it's so annoying. Like, get a life. So I feel like an activities chart would give them some kind of, like, fun activity to do other than just be annoying little shits on social media. Like, this might be a good thing for you guys because holy crap. Up next, we've got the Steelers, and I would gift them an In-N-Out sponsorship. Because every single Steelers fan I've heard of, like, from, like, whether it's on social media or friends that's been to a Steelers game have told me that their burgers named Pittsburghers are always so bad. Like, they taste horrible, like, for some reason. So I feel like an In-N-Out sponsorship would give them the ability to have In-N-Out, like, at their, like, concession stands at the stadium. And, like, if you live, like, in the area where In-N-Out's a thing, like, you know how delicious their burgers are. So flavorful, so good, man. Like, they are probably, like, one of my favorite burger, like, chains, like, ever, bro. Like, their burgers smack. And plus, like, if In-N-Out was at the Steelers Stadium, like, you know how much money they would make? Like, that's how good their burgers are. I can't say the same thing about their fries, but their burgers are delicious. God, talking about In-N-Out makes me hungry, man. Jeez, this food is so good, man. If you have it around your area, please try it. Up next, we've got the Niners, and I would gift them replicas of your old Super Bowl rings. Because it would give them something nice to look at because, like, at this point, they will never get a new one again. Like, there's always something going wrong with this team. Like, no matter how stacked this team is, like, if you look at their talent, like, their roster, like, fully healthy, like, they have the best roster in football, but yet they still find a way to lose. Like, they still find a way to lose the Super Bowl. Like, they never win one. So I feel like if I got them replicas of Super Bowl rings, it would give them something nice to look at because at this rate, they will never get another Super Bowl ring again. Up next, we've got the Seahawks, and I would gift them, like, some kind of elite linebacker like Dre Greenlaw, like, as a great example. Because other than their offense, like, being their offense, like, their defense is still good. Like, their D-line's very good. Their secondary is a little hit or miss, but it's good. But, like, they're missing, like, that explosive linebacker that's, like, a game changer. Like, they're missing, like, somebody that's going to, like, wreck shit up. And I feel like Dre Greenlaw is, like, the perfect example because I know he's not, like, the number one linebacker on that team. Like, it's hard to be when Fred Warner's your teammate, who's the best linebacker in football. But Dre Greenlaw is a top 5, like, linebacker in football, man. Like, it just shows how great their linebacker duo is at San Fran. So if Dre Greenlaw, like, played for the Seahawks, like, he'd be a game changer over there. Like, their defense would be so much better than it already is. So I feel like Dre Greenlaw would be really good on the Seahawks. So that's why I would gift them Dre Greenlaw. Up next, we've got Tampa Bay, and I would gift them a torch so they can burn their 2019 jerseys because we should never see those again. Or if they want, they can, like, they can torch up, like, they can flame up those, like, ugly orange jerseys they have, like, for throwbacks. Like, they can, like, put those on the, like, the fire pit, too. Like, those are nasty. But mainly their jerseys that they wore in, like, the 2010s. Like, those jerseys were pitiful. And NFL fans, especially Bucs fans, deserve to never see those again. So I feel like a fire torch like would be helpful to where they can just like set those jerseys on fire to where we can never see those again. Up next, we've got the Titans, and I would gift them, well, this is for Will Levis specifically, but I would give him a week. I would give him a trip for a week to see Kevin O'Connell so he can learn how to be a great quarterback. We've been seeing multiple times that Kevin O'Connell has been elite, like as a coach, but also his like biggest thing is his ability to like change a quarterback and like make them become great is unheard of. Like he's great at that. So I feel like if Will Levis spent like a week or two with Kevin O'Connell, he would become like a great quarterback because he's got the arm for it. Like he's got the arm talent, but his decision making is what's holding him back from being great. So I feel like a week with Kevin O'Connell would like help him take the next step forward. Like it would make him become a great quarterback. Like I could totally see it. And lastly, we've got the Commanders, and I would gift them a new stadium because your stadium is awful. I know this might be the oldest joke in the book about the Commanders, but like come on, like it's so obvious at how terrible their stadium is. Like it's so run down. All like their gates like always like fall. Like remember that clip when Jalen Hurts was like walking in the tunnel after they played the Commanders and a bunch of Eagles fans like fell like into the tunnel and Jalen Hurts had to help like a bunch of Eagles fans up, like making sure they're okay. Or remember the clip where it was showing a video where there was a huge like flood in there and leak in their stadium where water was just coming out of like a pipe. Like it's like their stadium is atrocious. So I feel like a new stadium like in the levels of SoFi Stadium would like really help them out because holy crap, man, those fans deserve more. And there you guys have it. That was me giving a Christmas present to every NFL team. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And if you guys did, like, please let me know down below on what you would gift every NFL team. I would love to know. Also, I will be streaming later tonight watching the Packers and Saints game, so don't forget to check that out. Like, I will be live. And also, quick reminder, I will be making 2 videos tomorrow because Wednesday and the rest of the week I'm taking that off because it's Christmas time and I need to take that time off to spend with my family and friends. So I hope you guys understand. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos whenever I post. I'm Logan Sharon. I'll see you next time.